Thank you. Loaders clock resumes for Allen's second attempt, 90 kilos. That is a good lift for Allen. Let's take the bar to 91, please, for the automatic increase. Thank you, loaders. 91 is on the bar. Clock is starting for Allen's third attempt, 91 kilos. Drayton Williams is on deck. Let's take the bar to 92, please. Now Drayton Williams for his first attempt. We've got 92 on the bar. This is Drayton's first attempt. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 92, please. 92 will bring out Allen Hernandez for his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. We've got 92 on the bar. This is the third attempt for Allen Hernandez. Clock started. Let's take the bar to 93, please. 93 will bring back out Drayton Williams for his second attempt. 1 minute clock starting for Drayton's second attempt, 93 kilos. '93 remains on the bar, but the lifter becomes Allen Hernandez for his third attempt. Clock started. Matthew Yin on deck. Let's take the bar to 94, please. The lifter remains Allen for his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock resumes for Allen, 94 kilos. And that's a no lift for Allen. Loaders, let's take the bar to 96, please. 96 will be the first attempt for Matthew Yin from UT Dallas. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Matthew's first attempt, 96 kilos. That is a good lift for Matthew. Let's tighten up 96, please. 96, an attempt for Drayton Williams from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute started for Drayton's second attempt, 96 kilos. Let's Let's take the bar to 97, please. 97 will be the second attempt for Drayton Williams. Thank you, loaders. Clock resumes for Drayton's second attempt at 97 kilos. Austin Gia on deck. And that's a no lift, but he has one more attempt. Let's tighten up 97. Thank you, loaders. 97's on the bar. The 2-minute clock is starting for Drayton Williams' third attempt. Let's take the bar to 98, please. This will be the first attempt for Austin Gia from Texas. Clock starting for Austin's first attempt, 98 kilos. Drayton on deck. And that's a no lift. Let's tighten up 98. The lifter will remain Austin Gia for his second attempt. Thank you, loaders. 2 minutes starting for Austin's second attempt at 98 kilos. Drayton on deck. '98 remains on the bar. The lifter becomes Drayton Williams for his third attempt. 1 minute clock started for Drayton.
Come on, Drayton, let's go. Come on, Drayton.
And that's a no lift for Drayton. Loaders, let's take the bar to 100 kilos, please. This will be the first attempt for Tyler Kennedy.
Let's go, Tyler.
Thank you, loaders. The clock is starting for Tyler's first attempt, 100 kilos.
Go, Tyler. Oh, nice.
That is one lift for Tyler. Let's tighten up 100. We'll be here for a while. 100 will be the first attempt for Brady Grams. Thank you, loaders. 100 kilos on the bar. This is Brady's first attempt, 100 kilos. 100 remains on the bar, but the lifter becomes Charles Nielsen from Texas A&M. 1 minute clock started. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 100. 100 will be the first attempt for Noah Leggio from LSU Shreveport. 1 minute clock started for Noah's first attempt, 100 kilos.
Go, Noah.
Luke on deck.
Go, Noah. Come on.
That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 100. This will be the first attempt for Luke Herman from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Luke's first attempt, 100 kilos. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 100. This will be the second attempt for Austin Gia from Texas. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock starting for Austin's second attempt, 100. That is a good lift for Austin. Let's take the bar to 101, please. 101 will be the second attempt for Matthew Yin from UT Dallas. Thank you, loaders. 101 is on the bar. Clock started for Matthew's second attempt. That is a good. Let's tighten up 101, please. 101 is the automatic increase for Tyler Kennedy on his second attempt. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Tyler's second attempt, 101 kilos. 101 stays on the bar. The lifter becomes Charles Nielsen for his second attempt at 101. Clock started for. .101 remains on the bar. The lifter becomes Noah Leggio for his second attempt at 101. Clock started for Noah. Take the bar to 102, please, loaders. This will be the first attempt for Brody Head from Austin Community College. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Brody's first attempt, 102 kilos. That is a good lift for Brody. Let's tighten up 102. I'm sorry, let's go to 103. 103 will be the first attempt for Brady Grams from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. 103 is on the bar. Clock started for Brady's first attempt. Julian on deck.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Brady. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 103. 103 will be the first attempt for Julian Love from Cameron. Thank you, loaders. 103 is on the bar. Clock starting for Julian Love's first attempt. That is a good lift. Let's take bar 104, please. 104 will be the second attempt for Charles Nielsen from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 104 is on the bar. Clock starting for Charles's second attempt. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 104. 104 is the automatic increase for the second attempt of Julian Love. Sorry, loaders, let's go to 105. 105 will be the first attempt for Sammy Sisman from Rice. Thanks, loaders. 105 is on the bar. This is the first attempt for Sammy Sisman. Clock started. Tyler on deck. Austin in the hole. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 105. 105 will be the second attempt for Tyler Kennedy from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Tyler's second attempt, 105 kilos.
Go, Tyler. Come on.
That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 105. This will be the third attempt for Austin Gia from Texas. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Austin's third attempt, 105. That is a good lift for Austin. Let's take about a 106, please. 106 is the first attempt for Carson McAbee from Texas. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Carson's first attempt, 106. Brody on deck. That's a no lift for Carson. Let's tighten up 106. Gotta wait for that down signal. 106 will bring out Brody Head for his second attempt. 1 minute clock started for Brody's second attempt, 106 kilos. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 106. One more time. This will be the third attempt from Matthew Yin from UT Dallas. Julian Love on deck. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Matthew's third attempt, 106. That is a good lift. 107, please. 107 will be the second attempt for Julian Love. Cameron. Thank you, loaders. 107 is on the bar. Clock started for Julian's second attempt. Noah on deck. And that is a no lift. We'll take for him. Julian Love will remain the lifter for his third attempt at 107 with a 2-minute clock. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Julian's third attempt, 107. Noah Leggio on deck, Charles Nielsen in the hole. Loaders, let's take the bar to 108, please. This will be the second attempt for Noah Leggio from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Noah's second attempt, 108.
Come on, Noah.
Let's tighten up 108, please. 108 will be the third attempt for Charles Nielsen from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 1-minute clock starting for Charles's third attempt, 108. And that's a no lift. Loaders, let's take the bar to 109. 109 will be the second attempt for Sammy Sisman from Bright. In the hole. 1-minute clock starting for Sammy's second attempt at 109. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 109 once more. This will be the third attempt for Julian Love from Cameron. Colby on deck, Brady in the hole. Thank you, loaders. We've got 109. Clock started for Julian's third attempt. No lift. Loaders, let's take the bar to 110. 110 will be the first attempt for Colby Hess from Texas State. Thank you, loaders. 110 is on the bar. Clock is starting for Colby's first attempt. Brady is on deck. Tyler in the hole. 110 remains on the bar. The lifter becomes Brady Rams for his second attempt at 110. Clock started for Brady. And that's a no lift. He's got another attempt. Let's tighten up 110. 110 will be the third attempt for Tyler Kennedy. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Tyler's third attempt, 110.
Come on. Go, Tyler. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 110. This will be the third attempt for Brody Head from Austin Community College. Brady on deck, Carson. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Brody's third attempt, 110. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's do one more time. This will be the third attempt for Brady Rams from LSU Shreveport. Carson is on deck. Sammy is in the hole. Let's take about a 111, please. That will bring out Carson for his second attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Carson's second attempt, 110. 111, sorry. That is a good lift for Carson. Let's tighten 11. This will be the third attempt for Sammy Sisman from Rice. Thank you, loaders. 111 is on the bar. Clock started for Sammy's third attempt. Brady on deck. Danny Pham in the hole. And that is a no lift for Sammy Lotus. Let's tighten up 111 one more time. This will be the third attempt for Brady Grams from LSU Shreveport.
Let's go, Brady. Come on, Brady.
Thank you, Loaders. Clock starting for Brady's third attempt.
Come on,
111.
Brady. Let's go, Brady. Come on. Come on, Brady. You got it, Brady. Come on. Go. Come on, Brady. Let's go. Hold it.
That is a good lift for Brady. Let's take part of 113. 113 will be the first attempt for Colby Hess from Texas State. Thank you. Loaders clock started on Colby's first attempt, 113. And that is a no lift. Let's tighten up 113. Colby will remain the lifter for his second attempt with a 2-minute clock. Thank you, Loaders. 2-minute clock starting for Colby's second attempt, 113. Noah Leggio is on deck, Danny Pham in the hole.
Come on, Colby. Come on, Colby. Go. You got this.
Come on.
Down.
That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 113 one more time. This will be the third attempt for Noah Leggio. Thank you, Loaders. 113. I'm sorry, let's go to 114. 114 will be the first attempt for Danny Pham from Community College. Thank you, Loaders. 1-minute clock starting for Danny's first attempt, 114. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 114. 114 will be the third attempt for Noah Leggio.
Go, Noah. Come on.
Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock starting for Noah's third attempt, 114.
Go!
Come on. Let's go, Noah.
Get it!
Let's go. Come on.
And that is a no lift. Loaders, let's take the bar to 115. 115 will be the second attempt of Sherman from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 115 is on the bar. Clock starting for Luke's second attempt. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 115. 115 is the automatic increase for Danny Pham. Second attempt. 115 is on the bar. Clock starting for Danny's second attempt. 115. Let's take the bar to 116. Remains Danny Pham from Tarrant Community College. Thank you, loaders. 116 is on the bar. Clock resumes for Danny's second attempt. .116 remains on the bar. The lifter becomes Carson McAbee from Texas for his third attempt. Clock started. And that's a no lift. Let's take the bar to 117, please. 117 will be the second attempt. Pham. Thank you, loaders. 117 is on the bar. Clock starting for Danny's. Actually, let's go to 118. The lifter will remain Danny. 118. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Danny Pham's second attempt at 118 kilos. Colby on deck. Austin Witt in the hole.
White work.
And that's a no lift. We'll go ahead and tighten that up for him. The lifter becomes Colby Hess for his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Colby's third attempt at 118. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 118. Time. This will be the third attempt for Danny Pham from Tarrant Community. We'll have Carlos on deck. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Danny's third attempt, 118. Let's take the bar to 119, please. The lifter will remain Danny for his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock resumes for Danny's third attempt at 119 kilos. Let's take the bar 120, please. This will bring out Carlos Gonzalez for his first attempt. Thank you, loaders. 120 is on the bar for Carlos Gonzalez's first attempt. Clock starting. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 120, please. This will be the third attempt for Luke Herman from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Luke's third attempt at 120. Got Danny on deck. Carlos in the hole. And that is a no lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 120 one more time. This will be the third attempt for Danny Pham from Tarrant Community College. Thank you, loaders. 120 is on the bar. Clock started for Danny's third attempt, 120. We have Austin Whitmer on deck. That is a no lift for Danny. Loaders, can we please take the bar to 122? 122 is the first attempt for Austin Whitmer, Texas A&M.
Come on.
Clock started. Attempt at 122. That's a good lift. Let's take about a 123, please, for the automatic increase. Thank you, loaders. We've got 123 on the bar. 2-minute clock started for Austin's third attempt. Got just a few more snatches before we start clean and jerks. Let's take about a 124, please. Lifter remains Austin Widmer. Thank you, loaders. 124 is on the bar. Clock for Austin's second attempt. Take about a 125, please. 125 will be the second attempt for Carlos Gonzalez from Rice. Thank you, loaders. 125 is on the bar. Clock started for Carlos's second attempt. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 125. 125 will be the second. I'm sorry, let's please take about a 126 for the automatic increase of Carlos. Thank you, loaders. 126 is on the bar. 2-minute clock starting for Carlos's third attempt. After these last few snatches, we're going to go straight into clean and jerks without a break in between. Let's take about a 127. 127 will be the second for Austin Widmer of Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 127 is on the bar. Clock starting for Austin's second attempt. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 127, please. This will be the third attempt for Carlos Gonzalez from Rice. Thank you, loaders. 1-minute clock starting for Carlos's third attempt, 127. Let's take about a 128, please. 128 will be the third attempt for Austin Widmer. Thank Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Austin's third attempt, 128. $129, please. 129. Lifter remains Austin Whitmer for his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock resumes. Let's take about a 130, please. 130 will be the third attempt for Carlos Gonzalez. $130 remains on the bar, the lifter becomes Austin Whitmer for his third attempt. Clock resumes. Take the bar to 131, please. 131 will be the third attempt for Carlos Rice. Gonzalez from Rice, sorry. 1 minute clock started. Lifter is Carlos Gonzalez, 131, third attempt. That's a no lift. Let's tighten up 131. This will be the third attempt for Austin Whitmer. Thank you. Started for Austin's third attempt. That is a good lift. That concludes the snatches. Loaders, can we please take part of 60 kilos? 60 kilos will be the first attempt for Chase Ramos. Thank you, loaders. We've got 60 kilos on the bar. This will be the first attempt for Chase Ramos from Texas State. Your 1 minute clock has started. That is a good lift. Let's take the bar to 61, please, for the automatic increase. Thank you, loader. 61 is on the bar. 2 minute clock started for Chase's second attempt. Let's actually take the bar to 64, please. Chase remains the lifter. Thank you, loaders. 2-minute clock starting for Chase's second attempt, 64 kilos. Please for the automatic increase. The lifter will remain Chase Ramos. Thank you, loaders. 65 is on the bar. 2-minute clock started for Chase's third attempt. Take part of 70. 70 will be the third attempt for Chase Ramos from Texas State. Thank you, loaders. 70 is on the bar. Clock resumes for Chase's third attempt. Bars on deck. That is a good lift. Loaders will take the part at 84. This 84 will be the first attempt for Bars Batala from Texas.
All right, we've got 84 kilos loaded on the ball. This is the opening attempt for Varj Batala of Texas. And a good lift for Varge at 84. That was 85, please. Yeah. All right, we've got 85 kilos loaded. 2 minute clock for the second attempt of Varge Batala. Loaders, can we get 88 kilos, please? 88. All right, 88 is loaded. Clock resumes.
Get some power hits. Get the power hits. 3 power hits.
That is a good lift for Varge. Let's take the bar to 89, please, for the automatic increase. The lifter will remain Varge for his third attempt. Lowell Hoffman on deck. Matthew Yin in the hole. Thank you, loaders. 89 is on the bar. 2 minute clock started for Varge's third. Let's take the bar to 91, please. 91 will be the third attempt for Varge Batala from Texas. Thank you, loaders. 91 is on the bar. The clock resumes for Varge's third attempt. That is a good lift. Loaders, can we please take our 105? 105 will be the first attempt for Lowell Hoffman from Texas A&M. Thank you, Loaders. 105 is on the bar. 1 minute clock started for Lowell's first attempt. 105.
Yeah! Come on.
That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 105. 105 will be the first Matthew Yin from UT Dallas. Thank you, Loaders. 105 is on the bar. Clock started for Matthew's first attempt. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's take about a 106, please. 106 is the automatic increase for Lowell Hoffman's second attempt. And thank you, Loaders. 106 is on the bar. 1 minute clock starting for Lowell's second attempt. Matthew is on deck. Allen is in the hole. Let's, 106 stays on the bar. The lifter becomes Matthew Yin for his second attempt. Clock started for Matthew. Let's take about a 107, please. 107 will be the second attempt for Lowell Hoffman from Texas A&M. Thank you, Lowell. 1 minute clock starting for Lowell, second attempt, 107. Let's take about a 108. 108 will be the second attempt for Lowell Hoffman. Thank you, Loaders. The clock resumes for Lowell's second attempt at 108. Let's take on a 109, please. The lifter remains Lowell Hoffman for his second attempt. Thank you, Loaders. Clock resumes for Lowell. And that's a no lift. He's got one more attempt. We'll tighten that up for him. Thank you, Loaders. We've got 109 on the bar and a 2 minute clock starting for Lowell's third attempt. Alan Hernandez on deck. Take about a 110, please. The lifter will become Alan Hernandez. Thank you, loaders. 110 is on the bar. Clock started for Alan's first attempt. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 110. One more time. This will be the third attempt for Lowell Hoffman. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Lowell's third attempt, 110. Let's take about a 111. The lifter comes back to Alan Hernandez with a 1 minute clock. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Alan's second attempt, 111. Alan, all right, let's take about a 113. 113 will be the third attempt for Lowell Hoffman. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Lowell's third attempt, 113. And that's a no lift for Lowell loaders. Can we please take about a 115? 115 will be the first attempt for Rams from OC Shreveport. Austin Gia on deck. Alan Hernandez in the hole. $115 will be the weight on the bar, but the lifter will be Austin Gia from Texas. Thank you, loaders. We've got 115 on the bar. Clock started for Austin's first attempt. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 115, please. 115 will be second attempt for Alan Hernandez from Texas State. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Alan's second attempt, 115. bar to 116, please, for the automatic increase. 116 will be the third attempt for Alan Hernandez momentarily. Thank you, loaders. 2-minute clock starting for Alan's third attempt, 116. Got Matthew Yin on deck. Let's take the bar to 117. 117 will be the first attempt for Matthew Yin. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Matthew, second attempt, 117. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's take about a 118. 118 will be the third attempt for Alan Hernandez. Thank you, loaders. 118 is on the bar. Clock starting for Alan's third attempt. Matthew on deck, Brady in the hole. Let's take about a 120. 120 will be the first attempt for Brady Grams from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. 120 is on the bar. Clock started for Brady's first attempt.
Let's go, Brady. Come on, Brady. Come on. Go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Up, come on,
That's a good lift. So let's tighten up 120. 120 will be the first attempt for Luke Herman. Got a few athletes calling for 120. Thank you, loaders. 120 is on the bar. Clock started for Luke's first attempt. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 120. 120 will be the second attempt for Austin Gia from Texas. Thank you, loaders. 120 is on the bar. Clock started for Austin's second attempt. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 120. One more time. This will be the third attempt for Alan Hernandez from Texas State. And thank you, loaders. Clock started for Alan's third attempt, 120. That's a good lift. Let's take about a 121, please. 121 is the second attempt for Brady Graham. It's the on increase. Thanks, loaders. 121's on the bar. The lifter now becomes Austin Gia for his third attempt. 1 minute clock started for Austin. Let's go to 124. 124 for Austin's third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Actually, let's go to 125. 125 will be the second attempt for Brady Grahams. Thank you. 125 is on the bar. Clock started for Brady's second attempt.
Come on, Brady. Let's go. Come on. Come on, all you. Come on. Up, up, up. Come on, get through. Come on.
And that's a no lift. Let's tighten up 125. This will be the third attempt for Matthew Yin. And thank you, loaders. 125 is on the bar. Clock starting for Matthew's third attempt. That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 125. This will be the third attempt for Austin Gia from Texas. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Austin's third attempt at 125. Let's tighten up 125. One more time. The lifter becomes Brady Grams for his third attempt. Thank you, voters. 1 minute clock started for Brady's third attempt, 125. Let's go to 126. The lifter will remain Brady Grams on his third attempt. Thank you, loaders. Clock resumes for Brady.
Come on, Brady. Come on, Brady. Let's go. Come on, Brady. Come on.
Go.
Come on, Brady. Let's go. Let's go, Brady.
Voters, let's please take vote. 130. 130 will be the first attempt for Tyler Kennedy from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, voters. Clock started for Tyler's first attempt, 130.
Come on, Ty. Let's go, Ty. Come on, Tyler. Come on.
That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 130. Got a few athletes calling for 130. This will be the first attempt for Brody Head from Austin Community College. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Brody. That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 130, loaders. This will be the first attempt for Colby Hess from Texas State. Thank you, loaders. We got the 1 minute clock started for Colby's first attempt, 130. One 130 remains on the bar. The lift becomes Julian Love from Cameron. Julian, your clock started. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 130 again. This will be the first attempt for Noah Leggio from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Noah's first attempt, 1:30.
Come on. Come on, Noah. Let's go. Oh, come on.
That's a good lift. Let's tighten up 1:30. This will be the first attempt for Drayton Williams from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Drayton's first attempt, 1:30. That is a good lift. Let's take part of 131, please. 131 will be the first attempt for Charles Nielsen from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Charles's first attempt, 131. That's a good lift. Let's take up 131. This is the automatic increase for Drayton Williams. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Drayton's second attempt, 131. Let's go to 132. 132 is the increase for Charles Nielsen. Thank you, loaders. A 1-minute clock is starting for Charles's second attempt, 132. Let's go to 134, please. This will be the second attempt for Noah Leggio from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. 1-minute clock started for Noah. One 135 will bring out the Sandy Sisman for his first attempt. Thank you, loaders. 1-minute clock started for Sandy's first attempt. 135. That is a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 135. This will be the second attempt for Luke Herman from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock starting for Luke's second attempt, 135. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's tighten up 135. 135 will be the second attempt for Tyler from LSU Shreveport. Probably be at 135 for you. 1 minute clock started for Tyler. Second attempt, 135. Lifter becomes Brody Head for his second attempt at 135. Clock started.
Let's go, Brody. Let's go. Come on. Big job.
That's a no lift, but he's got another attempt. Let's tighten up 135. This will be the second attempt for Julian Love from Karen. Thank you, loaders. Clock is starting for Julian's second attempt, 135. And that's a no lift, but he's got another attempt. Loaders, let's tighten up 135. This will be the second attempt for Noah Leggio from LSU Shreveport. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Noah's second attempt, 135. That's a good lift. Loaders, let's go ahead and tighten up 135. 135 will be the second attempt for Drayton Williams from Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. Clock starting for Drayton's second attempt, 135. Got Brody on deck and Danny in the hole. That is a good lift by majority decision. Let's tighten up 135 one more time. This will be the third attempt for Brody Head from Austin Community College. Thank you, loaders. Clock started for Brody.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Big John, touch your face.
That is a good lift. All right, loaders. 36 will be the second attempt for Tyler Kennedy from Ellis. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Tyler's second attempt, 136.
Let's go, Tyler.
Come on, Tyler.
Come on, Tyler. Go, Tyler. Go, Tyler. Go, Tyler. Come on.
Go, Tyler. Come on. Come on.
That is a good lift. Let's tighten up 136. 136 will be the center for Charles Nielsen of Texas A&M. Thank you, loaders. 1 minute clock started for Charles' second attempt, 136. Colby on deck, Tyler in the hole. That's a good lift. Loaders take part of 137. 137 will be the first attempt for Colby Hess from Texas State. .137 is the weight on the bar, but the lifter becomes Tyler Kennedy from LSU Shreveport for his third attempt. Clock started for Tyler. 137 remains on the bar, the lifter becomes Charles Nielsen for his third attempt. Charles' clock has started. Let's go to 138 loaders. The lifter becomes Danny Pham from Tarrant County Community College. Thank you, loaders. 138 is on the bar. Clock started for Danny. .138 remains on the bar. The lifter becomes Julian Love from Cameron. 1 minute clock started for Julian. And that's a no lift. Loaders, let's take the bar from Rice. The bar clock is second attempt.